All right, welcome everyone. This is the CSRN podcast. Weekend. You caught me by surprise. A weekend review where we come to you live every week and talk about the things that we had going on last week. Some of the things that we're working on right now, which is Kwanzaa 2023, 2024, and some of the things that we got working on in the future. Hey, listen, as always, we want to start, Jody, with our intro video, the Dr. King, Justice or Else. So stay tuned. This is the CSRN Podcast Weekend Review. We'll be right back.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, the other thing that we've got to come to see now that many of us didn't see too well during the last 10 years, that is that racism
not guilty
is still alive in American society and much more widespread.
Broke his neck after Baltimore police.
A handful of protesters, a handful of criminals and thugs who...
Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
Mr. Gray's death was a homicide.
The Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery.
The athletes marched onto a stage.
But at the same time, the nation refused to give him land to make that freedom meaningful. Freedom without land to cultivate. Freedom and famine at the same time.
And create jobs for our people.
The Negro is to be free. He must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with a pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own Emancipation Proclamation. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Collectively, we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. That's power right there if we know how to prove it. We begin the process of building a greater economic base. And at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. We don't have to argue with anybody. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country. Say, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his children right. We come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. Our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. We mean business now, and we are determined to gain our rightful place in God's world.
All right, we are back. Yeah, put that away. They have not even cut the check yet. Hey, listen, this is the CSRN Podcast Week in Review. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I use the pronouns he and him. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN along with Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey. 9 years ago, we're coming up on the CSRN anniversary, which is I think it's the 24th.
No, it's actually the day after Thanksgiving.
It's the day after Thanksgiving.
That's what I'm gonna start remembering it.
Oh,
now.
because that was like Black Friday.
Yeah, because you got Black Friday, then the holiday, whatever.
All right.
Family Day, and then you have us back in the streets.
All right. Right. 9 years ago, Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey had this idea that just regular people, us rank and file Jody, could speak truth to power. We didn't have to be pastors, preachers, politicians, or professionals. Anybody can do it. And they came up with this term, Community Solidarity Day. And we had an activity at the Frederick Douglass. That was where our first activity was. Subsequently, there were some other things that had happened, and we're still here. Today, what am I wearing? Fresh off of work today, so I've got on my yes or no sir clothes today. All right. I'm still eating. I've got on a kind of a burgundy or a rust sweater pullover. Got my white t-shirt. Got my beads, my brown rim glasses. And as always, I'm dedicated to respecting, protecting, and defending all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. This is the home of Black Lives Matter and Justice or Else. And listen, if you notice our lighting is a lot better. If you notice our sound out there, our sound probably sounds top notch. And I hope it is, because we did our test right before.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. And you know what? Hey, listen, I want to get to Rashid's coming on a little bit later. Hopefully we have Anika in the green room soon. So if you could introduce yourself, what are you wearing? And then we'll get right into our mission statement.
All righty. What's up, everybody? Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth. The wonderful treasure of this organization that, now I'm going to remember it as the day after Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Our anniversary and stuff. But, the guy that does all the poetry and the writing and the books and the elected official and a little bit of everything, trauma recovery. And that is me. If you've seen me in the city, if you've seen me around now technically the world, you know that this isn't just a weekly show that we do. This is what I do 24/7, what he does 24/7, and every interaction that we have. It's not just about the protest line or the die-ins. It's about how you choose to engage the community every day.
That's right.
Not a fundraiser, not a photo shoot, not a give us something for a little bit of nothing.
That scared me. All right. I'm like, hey, all right. I'm good though. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Let them come. All right. That's right. Yes, sir.
But for those of you out there that's continued from the protest line to the meetings to now our podcast.
That's right.
We will have more live studio audiences. It's about to be winter, so chill out for a little bit. Try and come on, do stuff. If you want to interview, hit us up. You could be in the green room. You could be in here. But for those of you listening, because we know it's around dinner time or you getting off of work, why we describe ourselves is so you know who's the voices, because we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook Live. But a lot of people, as they have told us, like to listen to us back. It's kind of soothing and calming. You don't get all the flashing lights and triggering that you do from most podcasts. You get us, two guys out in the community trying to make it a little better.
I wish we did have some of those flashy things. All right.
Some triggers are good, but I need the longevity. I'm
all right.
into
I'm feeling that.
Instant gratification. But I am a big brown bear of a man that is covered in tattoos and crystals and stones and bones and artifacts from people that I met on my journey of finding myself. These things that jingle and stuff remind me that I am not alone, remind me of the sacrifices that I take every single day I step out of my door. Whether somebody sees it or not, I do. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. That's us in a nutshell. We would love to have you in studio to come tell us about the great things you're doing in the community, whether it be in the financial world, in the entrepreneur world, in the spiritual world, religious world. Hey, arts and crafts. Every time I go to a show, I'm letting my people know that if you want to promote something that is good,
That's right.
because I do a lot of different type of entertainment shows, but that is good and positive, come on in and get a fresh breath of air. 15, 20 minutes. You don't have to be perfect on interview. You could be there first time and you just get to be yourself.
All right. So let's get into the mission statement. I'll do the guiding principles. We've got Anika Fields.
She in the green room. You drinking all the Vernors?
Yeah. So if you get, let's get to the mission statement. I'll run the guiding principle. Let's take a short break and we'll be back with our guests.
Awesome. Awesome. So how you get to this point, how this isn't overnight. Again, you grow through your knowledge. It's not, you're going to make mistakes the first time you try, but if you have some foundation and
guiding principles,
you
caught me by
can,
surprise.
you can get through the minutia a little bit better with things to stand on versus hearsay. So this is us in a nutshell. We are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, 2014, the day after it was announced that the killer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer of Michael Brown, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, attacked, provoked, and harassed by law enforcement. Police brutality has to end. We bring awareness to the fact that most often, yes, most often, police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize the tactics of protest, civil disobedience, event destruction, and citizen advocacy to give voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive, community-based events that help foster self-development, and we discuss measures to hold local leadership accountable, yes, accountable to their sworn duties, be they politician, clergy, law enforcement, educators, etc., etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, yes, all, regardless of class, creed, or color. For all lives to matter, Black lives, yes, Black lives must matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
All right. And those are our, that's our mission statement. That is somewhat like the soul of what we do. It makes sure that we're not going to be co-opted if anyone decides to want to assist us.
Hey, if you come in the room,
ally.
you on the wall.
All right. Well, all right. They can if they want. But I want to get into our guiding principles. These are the things that help us from imploding, from tearing apart, and most organizations could use something like this. All Black lives matter. Queer Black lives, trans Black lives, formerly and presently incarcerated Black lives, poor working class Black lives, wealthy Black lives, differently abled Black lives, Black men and women lives, immigrant Black lives, Black elderly and children lives. All Black lives matter and are the creators of this space. We throw no one under the bus. We rise together. Ashe.
Ashe.
Thriving instead of surviving. Our vision is based on the world we want, not the one we're currently in. We seek to transform, not simply react. We want our people to thrive, not just exist. Think beyond the possible. Ashe.
Ashe.
Experimentation and innovation must be built into our work. Embrace the best tools, practices, and tactics, and leave those behind that no longer serve us. Ashe.
Ashe.
Evaluation and assessment must be built into our culture. Critical reflection must be a part of all of our work. We learn from our mistakes and our victories. Ashe.
Ashe.
Principled struggle can exist in a positive environment. We must be honest with one another by embracing direct, loving communication. Ashe.
Ashe.
Love, self-love is practiced in every element of all we do. Love and self-love must be a driver of our work and an indicator of our success. Without this principle and without healing, we will harm each other and undermine our movement. Ashe.
Ashe.
360-degree vision. We honor past struggles and wisdom from elders. The work we do today builds the foundations of movements of tomorrow. We consider our mark on future generations. Ashe.
Ashe.
Self-care means we build resilient spaces by budgeting time, energy, and resources for healing. Self-care is a regular, consistent, intentional, and essential practice. Ashe.
Ashe.
The most directly affected people are experts at their own lives and should be in leadership at the center of our movement and telling their stories directly. Ashe.
Ashe.
Training and leadership development should be fundamental. Our movement must constantly grow and leadership must constantly multiply. Ashe.
Ashe.
Those are our guiding principles. And later on this month, we'll be celebrating 9 years of organizing, planning, pushing the envelope, or just pushing it off the table.
11
right?
days.
That's right. That's
11
right.
days.
So, man, hey, look, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with Anika Fields and the empowerment. I think it's the empowerment toolbox.
I believe so. Plus, we have to remember our thankful things for
The month of gratitude. Oh. No, I think she can hear it. She's probably playing this live. I was trying to get away with that today. All right. So, hey, listen, we're going to take a short break. This is a CSRN podcast, Weekend Review. We'll be right back.
Did you know addiction is a disease, not a moral dilemma? The opioid epidemic and substance use have a major impact on communities of color and many people's lives. Wasion Wellness Recovery Support Center offers culturally relevant inpatient and outpatient behavioral health treatment and recovery support services to any Ohioan struggling with addiction, mental health, or finding sober, safe housing. We must recognize that treatment is available and accessible to all. If you are in need of treatment or want to find out more information, you can call 1-888-728-2713 to talk to someone or schedule an appointment.
Hey, I'm Dr. P. Not only am I a leadership coach, I'm a change agent and I'm a race scholar. I've used my study of race to dismantle systems and organizations, but I also use that to help you as the individual become a better leader for your families and for your community.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, a weekend review. Jody, I am super excited to have our sister Anika Fields in. We're going to talk about the National Month of Gratitude. We're going to talk about the empowerment toolbox. We're going to talk about her journal that she gave us. All right. Yeah, I forgot to bring mine today, so you guys could excuse me from giving my 3 things grateful. All right.
You can make them up on the spot. You know, I don't write anything no more. I stopped that back in my first book.
Ooh, okay. All right. Well, you'll lead that. Hey, let's bring her in from the green room. This is our sister and Asa, Anika Fields. How you doing today?
Hi, everybody. We're doing great. How are you guys?
We are just fine. It is awesome to have you as always. You know what? This is awesome to be able to be a part of National Gratitude Month. It's awesome to have our journals that we got to hurry up and fill out. All right. All right. But what I wanted for everybody to know, and just in case they haven't seen you on our podcast before, who are you? What are you guys wearing? And what are we talking about today?
All right. Well, thank you so much for having us again. Asa wants to go first today, and he's joining me.
I'm Asa Fields. I'm wearing just a sweater, and my dog down here is right here. I'm wearing dress code pants for school, my socks.
You don't have to put your socks.
And my puppy is wearing his collar, and what else?
Good job.
I had a shark tooth on, but I took it off.
Good job.
Okay. All right. That's what's Anika, can you
All
introduce
right.
yourself?
And again, my name is Anika. And today I am wearing a black blouse with some black beads and a pair of checkered black and white slacks.
All right, awesome. All right. We can see the backdrop behind you. What are we talking about today?
So yeah, I got a little fancy today. So
Oh,
a little
absolutely.
bit. Our team is still getting it together too over here.
All
But
right.
so we're talking about journaling with your child. And we're talking about it because November happens to be, as you mentioned a little earlier, National Gratitude Month. And I heard you talking when I was in the green room, and you were saying,
Jody,
I heard everything that was going on. So,
thanks
yes,
a
of
lot,
course,
Jody.
toward the end, I'm going to ask you what you're grateful for, because even if you speak it out, it still is something that brings positivity and sends it out and brings it back to you. So that's okay.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
But it be your own people sometime, Anika. It be your own people.
It's okay. It's okay. We can work with it. We work with each other.
Thanks.
That's what family does, right?
That's right. That's
All
right.
right. All right. Well, the reason with the gratitude challenge is to talk a little bit about that. We hope everybody is going to Amazon and ordering your gratitude journals to participate in the National Gratitude Month and the Gratitude Challenge. And we talked a little bit before about the benefits of journaling. And so today I wanted to bring my son Asa on
All
because
right.
he is a co-author of another two of our journals called the Mother and Son Journal and
Mother and Daughter Journal.
Yes, we co-created those journals. And as you can see on our backdrop there, journaling is not only beneficial to adults and our health and wellness, um, journaling is also beneficial to our children and their health and wellness. And in addition to that, it's a technique that can help improve communication and also build a stronger bond.
Yeah.
Did you want to say
Oh,
something?
that's awesome.
You want to say something?
Be grateful. Even when you have a bad day, be positive. And if someone's saying something negative to you, don't let it get to you, even if it's really hard to get through. Just have someone help you walk through it.
All right, and maybe write those things down in a journal.
Yeah, write them down in a journal.
And be able to help you get through it. Okay, he's going to be with us for a short time today. And
Okay, all right.
while he's with us, I wanted him to share, and he did give me permission to share a little bit about our journal and kind of how it's designed and how it helps improve communications and build those stronger bonds. We talked about what our favorite part of the journal is. And the journal is completely prompted, and there's different sections, different pages in here. I don't think we could put this up, but there's different pages where it'll ask you different questions and it'll help you engage in a written dialogue for your child. And he shared something with me today that was particularly pretty awesome in terms of what does he like about journaling. You want to share that? What does it help you do?
It helps me express emotions.
It helps you express emotions.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So one of the things I heard, and one of the things that is really awesome about journaling with your child, and it's just going back and forth. And you can do it in the journal. You can do it in a notebook. You can do it on the back of the envelope. I always tell people. But one of the things that I've heard from people who've used the journal is that I got my hand on his knee right now because he's
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because he's being a 10-year-old little boy right now with this dog. But one of the things that I've heard about the journal, which I'm really glad to hear, is a mother and daughter story where the mother shared that her daughter's kind of really shy and doesn't talk very much to her mom. She's really shy, afraid to say things. When she got the journal for her daughter, they started writing back and forth, and it was very beneficial because she shared something with her that helped mom to understand her and intervene in an emotional crisis that her daughter was having. So that's something that is really awesome, and that's something that I really like about that, because kids sometimes just don't have the development, or they're not at a stage in development where they can share, or either they feel more comfortable writing it down. So I share that with people because it just kind of gives you an idea of the power behind journaling and how it can be able to help your relationship. One of the sneaky things that the journal also helps with is writing skills, developing writing skills, because believe it or not, when the mother writes and then the child writes back, that's practicing their writing skills. That's helping to build their vocabulary. I purposely throw words in sometimes for Asa that he'll have to look up, but it's just an awesome opportunity to engage, interact, and allow children to be able to express their emotions and focus on improving their health and wellness as well. They have stress just like us, and their stress, we have to remember way back, something can seem tremendously big to them that we may not measure or quantify as a large issue, but they have a lot of stress going on too these days.
And when you're down sometimes, maybe you can ask your parents to get you like something to help, or ask them to help you if you're like sad, because I have this thing for when I'm sad. It's called the prayer quilt. I'm a little prayer quilt to hold in your hand to help when trouble arises. Those things you do not plan.
All right. Thank you, sir. Oh yes, Jody. You remember.
He's coming after your job, Jody. Good.
Yes. Well, Ace is gonna depart from us now. So say bye, everybody.
Bye, 14,467 people.
All right.
All right, Asa. All
right. Okay.
Right back at you. I wanted to ask this question. How does Asa journaling and you journaling, how does that benefit the family? How does that work with both of you together?
Well, that's a good question. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I have noticed, and one of his entries in particular, kind of helped me realize something that was important to him that's not necessarily important to me. So it gave me the opportunity to be able to approach it with a little more sensitivity. And I just really I really didn't have a clue that this was an issue. So it helped me to be able to realize what he was feeling when I just couldn't imagine that for myself. And so one of the entries, and this is the entry in particular I'm talking about, and he did give me permission to share this, but one of the entries, you just write with your child, what I pray for you is. And so I wrote down all this really huge, amazing things. You know, I wanted Asa to be happy, to have a great life, to, you know, just do well in life. So I was like very eager to get it back, and I just knew I was going to get something profound, right?
Right.
And so he writes me back. He prays that Paxton and I work out our differences, and Paxton is his dog. So that was very interesting, but that it really opened my eyes to the fact of how important that was to him and how emotionally he felt about that, because I'm not a big animal person, and I make that very clear to him. His dog, his responsibilities. But it really helped me to be able to understand him a little bit better.
All right. I wanted to talk about when you were on the other day, last week or the week before, we talked about make memories with the mother and daughter. This is the mother and daughter journal, mother and son journal, or mother and daughter journal. This is where you can find it on Amazon /author/Anika S. Fields. Did I say that right?
You did. You did.
Oh man,
Thank
okay,
you.
man, Jody is good for something. And also you talked about how it could reduce blood pressure. And this week on your backdrop, we've got all of the benefits that you can get from creating a better bond with your child and building that bond, increasing confidence. Man, I can't wait to talk about my the thing that I'm grateful for this week.
Go. Well, yeah, I would love to hear that. And yes, these journals are available on Amazon. And the information is how to access them on Amazon. You just shared, and I'll put it in the chat as well. So yeah, that does lead to, and I can start first this time because I asked you guys the last time. So that'll give you guys some time to think about it.
Oh,
my three things.
How merciful is she? All right. All right.
I've been called many things. I'm not sure if merciful was one, so thank you. That's a new one today. So, 3 things that I would love to share that I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for reliable transportation. I'm grateful for grace because, like everybody else, I screw up all the time. So I'm really grateful for grace. And I'm grateful that my children are all doing well. Everybody's doing well.
Well, that's awesome.
So those are the few things that I'm grateful for today.
All right.
What about you guys?
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you, do you want me to go for? He talks to me. The first thing that I'm grateful for are my connections. I think that I have some unique connections in the city. Sitting across from me is Rashid Spencer. Sitting next to me is Jody Summers. And in the virtual room, we've got Anika Fields. You just can't make that up. All right. Second thing that I'm grateful for is my professional skill set. I work in mental health and recovery. And sometimes we have our brothers and sisters that are really stressed out. And I'm grateful for the skill to be able to listen and not judge so that someone can just process their thoughts and move past it. And lastly, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the fact that I could lay down at night. I know where my son is. I know where my other son is. And I know that they're doing well. And everybody may not have the luxury of knowing where their son is and knowing that they're doing well. So I'm going to be grateful for those things. That way, that will prohibit me from complaining about small stuff when I'm grateful for the things that I have.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Your 3.
Yes, sir.
So my 3 are: I am grateful for my daughter. Yeah, has definitely taught me patience, discernment, and more patience.
Okay. All right.
Than I had when I was her age. Second thing I'm grateful for is my community. I've reached a lot of plateaus that were told as I was starting out were closed doors for me. And because people believed, because people got booked or booked me for shows or put me in front of Congress people until I became an elected official, it showed me that really anything is possible. Even if you're just at an open mic as a hobby, it can turn into a full-blown career that takes you around the world.
All right.
And thirdly, I'm thankful that even after almost 9 years, I can still find ways to find something new. I just did something I never dreamed of, as having a podcast on PBS with a possibility of going back to do a live show.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then knowing that's how I grew up, never imagined myself doing anything I'm doing now as far as entertainment, because I'm still highly introverted. People don't get the switch that I have to do from what my life and what I must do to live the life I want is varying. So to be able to get on to a station that is all about engaging children and growing and to look like me, to be where I came from, gives them the opportunity to know it's not about degrees or family or money. It's about what you create.
That's
and
right.
The substance from it. So, yeah.
All right, Jody. Listen, before Anika goes, Anika, if you can give our viewers one or two tips for what do we do when we feel things are closing in? What is one of the things that you do, or what would you suggest for our viewers?
Okay, sure. Congratulations, by the way, Jody. I am really happy for you and your PBS publication. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Oh, and is this Adelie? Thank you so much for sharing what you're grateful for today.
That's right.
All right. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. All right.
You're making an awesome difference, Anika. And also you're leveling up our podcast too. All right.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. And back at you guys. All right. So what can you do if you're just feeling like the walls are closing in on you? First and foremost, I would say reach out for help. If you're at a point where you just have so much going on and you're overwhelmed and you don't know what to do, reach out for help. Reach out and try to find a qualified mental health provider or mental health or behavioral specialist. It's okay. It's not a bad thing. And we're gonna take that what do you call it? What do you call it when people look at things that shouldn't look at them a certain way that are going to help you?
It's a stigma. Sometimes we look at it.
Thank you. I was at a loss for the word there. But let's take that stigma out of the way and look at it as just going to get a tune-up. That's kind of what I recommend to people. You know, your car runs and it may run fine, but it may start to slow down a little bit, or it may start to perform a little bit differently. And it may need a tune-up. You just take it in for a tune-up. So mental health and taking care of yourself is just like going to get a tune-up. So first and foremost, seek help if there's really a lot of things going on in your life and you're overwhelmed. Another thing I would recommend is journaling and really writing things down from personal experience. I can share with you. I've been in that situation where, I've been overwhelmed, had a lot of things going on. And just taking the time to focus intentionally on a few things you're grateful for really can help change your mindset and help you get through challenging times. And the more you think about and practice gratitude, the more things you bring about that create positive outcomes, positive experiences for you. So that's what I would say. Those are my two things.
Well, Anika, we've got Rashid Spencer. He is in the green room. He's like, man, I want to be next. I want to have something to be grateful for too. So, okay. So can we look forward to seeing you? What is it? We got you a week on. Jody has you on a week on, week off. Can we look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Enjoyed being with you, everyone, today. Thank you so much again. And I look forward to tuning in for what Rashid is going to be offering today.
All right. This is our sister, Anika Fields, with the Empowerment Toolbox. In November is the month of gratitude. Thank you so much, sister, for joining us. This is the CSRN podcast, the weekend review. We'll be right back.
Canal.
En esta hermosísima ciudad de Orlando.
I'm here in Barranquilla, Colombia, and in sunny Miami. Daytona Beach, mis amigos, that's where we're at today.
Desde la ciudad de Cartagena, Colombia.
We are in Orlando right now, here in Florida.
I'm Helene Sheets, Director of Marketing and Communications at beautiful Lourdes University, and we've been a proud sponsor and supporter of Voces Latinas TV for over a decade. It has been a fantastic partnership. It's been our doorway into the Latino community. We've met so many incredible people, created so many partnerships. Our students absolutely love the connections we've made through Voces Latinas TV, and we're looking forward to at least another decade, 2 decades.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. I want to thank our sister Anika Fields and Asa Fields for putting together the Empowerment Toolbox, talking about being grateful, talking about journaling. And I know Anika would want me to ask Brother Rashid as soon as he finishes those 3 things that he's grateful for. So, Jody, let's not let him off the hook either. So, family, we want, as a CSRN tradition, we always ask, who are you? What are you wearing? And what are we talking about today?
Well, for those who don't know me, I am Rashid Spencer. I am a Toledo local, a native, as most people would say. And what am I wearing? I'm wearing an orange vest with a Stay Positive sweater, my cross, of course, and most definitely, as always, the gold accessories. But yeah, this is who I am.
All right.
That's what I sound like.
Hey, we've got a couple of things going on today. We're going to talk about Kwanzaa. I guess we'll lead with the Kwanzaa. And then I want to talk about the Frederick Douglass.
For sure.
What's going on at the Frederick Douglass? And I want to talk about your podcast. Maybe we can have you on so we can have more people watching now that Rashid is here.
Sure.
So I heard through the grapevine that you are taking on more responsibility for Kwanzaa.
Yeah, I'm picking up where Mother Gordon has left off. She has passed the baton to me as far as the Kwanzaa House initiative, and she's tasked me with being the coordinator, putting together this year the committee. I'm bringing on a whole new committee with younger generation, a younger mindset, just giving some new fresh ideas.
Yes, sir.
That most people haven't seen yet. I'm pretty sure we won't blind y'all with lights this year, but
I wish you would. All right, because we I was gonna say we bored you with boredom, so you can blind us with lights.
Hey,
yes, sir.
I'm excited for it though, because it feels like an honor to me to pick off where someone so great, a pillar of the community,
that's right,
has given me an opportunity to shape something so different and mold something new.
Right.
It's an honor.
And I'll say this: I've been a part of the Toledo Kwanzaa House for quite some time, and I'm looking forward to serve you in whatever capacity that you need me. I'm willing to serve, but I agree with you. We need a more youthful look at this. Everyone passes the baton,
right?
You know,
that's true.
and I'd rather pass the baton rather than things ending and we have the wrong people taking over.
Right.
All right. So this is going to be great. What are some of the things that you're thinking about regarding Kwanzaa for 2023-24. What was it that made you want to accept this heck of a job of leading us? So that's two questions. If you can answer,
Well, I can put it all in one answer.
yeah, let's do it.
And that is, my goal is to bring us into what I would say the next century, not just the next year, but the next century, because you have to think about it. This generation is something that has a lot of ideas and a lot of talent,
right?
That majority of the older generation has not yet accepted.
That's right.
If that makes sense. So for me, giving this platform and giving this opportunity of organization, I'm able to shift some things and lead in a different direction, still keeping the same framework for community, for Black excellence, for pillars in the community.
Yes, sir. I'm feeling that.
But also just giving younger people a voice, giving Black people a voice, giving everyone around here in the Onyx community, in the northern Toledo, Northwest Ohio in general. I want to give them a platform.
And I believe that's one of the things that's always been missing. I'm older and I've organized with older people, and we tend to dip from the same old bucket. All right. We do the best we
Right.
can.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
We do the best we can, but we realize, well, the whys of the elders. Just because you're old, that doesn't make you an elder.
Right.
Some of us have just lived too damn long. All right. All right. However, those of us that are wise, we know that we've exhausted our wisdom.
Right.
And it's time for change.
Right.
And I believe that you are the brother that has the vision. You are the brother that's going to bring in new ideas of how we facilitate Kwanzaa. And I just hope to be one of those older adults that will be able to take your lead, that will be able to do some of the things that you need done a particular way. And man, I'm ready to get it in.
I'm ready. Likewise, because when I first came on to Kwanzaa House, the Kwanzaa House committee, you remember when I came to the first meeting, I just sat and I observed. I'm an observer. So I'm going to see what goes on, and I'm going to learn. I'm going to pick up different things from each of you, like how I've learned you do a lot of research. And when you bring that research to the table, you present it in a way that's almost perfect. I like that about you. A couple of other board members that I take note of, Miss Elsie, Brother Don.
Yes, sir.
Of course, Mother Gordon.
Mother Gordon.
Yeah, she's taken me under her wing to show me other things. I remember last year for Kwanzaa, we got in contact with Channel 24. Shout out to
That's
Toy.
Right. That's right.
She did a lot of promotional help. But I also learned from Mother Gordon that keep your ear to the ground.
That's right.
Hear what people want to know.
That's right.
Because there's going to come a time where you may or may not have the information that they want, but you are able to use the resources. She showed me how to use resources. And I'm grateful for each and every board member that I've sat with. And now moving on to that new cabinet of members.
That's right.
I hope they can pick up where you guys leave off, because don't get me wrong, y'all not done yet.
Oh no, I know I'm not
y'all
done.
Not done yet.
I know I'm not done, but I love being a student.
Right.
And being a student doesn't always mean that I've got to learn from someone older.
Right.
And a lot of us, as the older people, we and particularly in our religious community, we pray. We pray for change. We pray for hope, but most times we don't realize that our prayers are going to be answered in our children.
Yeah, that's true.
And when we see our young people questioning, when we see our young people telling us, hey, listen, Brother Washington, the young people today, they like this. Those are the answers to our prayers.
Right, right.
And for us as older people, Let's recognize that our prayers are being answered, and particularly for Toledo Kwanzaa House. We wanted a fresh look. We wanted some fresh ideas. We prayed about it, and the universe has sent you. All right.
Yes.
So no, we're not done. Whatever we have to do, if it's to put up the chairs, all right. If it's hey, pick up that trash, all right. Put up that Kindle cloth, whatever it is, all right. We are going to serve, all right, in whatever capacity that you want us.
Yes, and I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
And let that be on the record, all right. Just let that be on the record, and I'm going to be the one that's going to back up when it's when I feel that we may have a takeover attitude.
Right.
Hey, look, nope, that's not what we said. You can be mad at me later,
right?
But we want this to be new, and we can't put what they say. You can't put old wine in a
new glass.
Right. We're not doing that. If I said it right, but y'all know what I meant.
They
all
get
right?
the memo.
Right. So we're not doing that. We're out with the old,
in with the new.
And let's be a part of this. So I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I text my son Yasin earlier. He's 27, and he's like that age where, man, we can make this new. So he said, hey, look, Dad, give me a call a little bit later on. I'm, would like to be a part of this. And if you're looking out, and if anybody that's watching right now, if you want to be involved in something that I was going to say that old people ain't running. If you want to be involved in something that old people are not running, Toledo Kwanzaa House is going to be that. Look, we may not all year round. It may not be about Kwanzaa. We can use Toledo Kwanzaa House to support some other platforms that young people are thinking about.
Right.
All right.
And see, I'm glad you said that, because every year we always do Kwanzaa. Of course, that's the name of our organization.
Yeah.
But we have to be good stewards on working around the clock.
That's right.
We have to work around the clock, whether it be community activism, whether it be a turkey giveaway, whether it just be walk down the street and say hey to everybody, let them know that you're nice.
Man.
We still have to.
Man, you the truth, bro.
Focus on
That's
division.
Right. That's right.
We're not just Black around Kwanzaa. We're not just African American around Kwanzaa. It's an all year thing. It's a lifetime thing.
And we're not just working around Kwanzaa.
Hey,
all right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. I'm getting that sign from Jody saying, "Come on, Brother Watch. They're gonna shut the library down." That's why I want to talk about hopefully checking out the Doug.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Most definitely.
All right. Also, I hear about Rosworld. Okay, what is Rosworld? I think I saw Adelaide. I saw somebody else put up Rosworld. I never seen anybody put up Brother Washington's World. All right, you come on the podcast. And, all right. Let me stop the hate. I just told you we're gonna do something new, and I'm hating already. All right, forgive me, family. What is Rosworld, and how did that come about?
So, for those who don't know, I host a YouTube and podcast show called Rosworld 23. It was a little bit of an inspiration. I was traveling from Pittsburgh, and the Lord put on my heart.
Okay,
reach out to the people in the best way possible, and this was the platform that gave me that best idea. So you can reach me out on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Any type of way of support, that's great. We love it. I love it. I appreciate it. Rosworld 23 on all platforms. Hopefully you can check out some of our new YouTube videos and so forth. There's also going to be a new podcast partnered with me called Counterintelligence with some of the board members from the Frederick Douglass Center. So hopefully we can catch up with that. I would love for everyone to support. I really appreciate it. And also with the Kwanzaa House, we'll be celebrating Kwanzaa 2023-2024, December 26th through the 1st of January 2024. So don't forget to come check out at the Frederick Douglass Center. The doors open at 5. The celebration starts at 6. Hopefully you're enriched in your brain with what Kwanzaa is, because it's not just something that's underlying in the Black community. This is something that's strong and powerful within the community of African American all around the world.
Wow.
So-
And so Kwanzaa, what are the dates? Okay, we've got the family. I'm like, what are the dates? It's always the same date.
Always
All right.
the same.
That's why we need to change. All right. All right. So yeah, from the 26th to the 1st.
Correct.
Right before COVID.
Yeah.
We started downsizing it. We went from 7 days to I think 5 days to 3 days.
I think we went down to 1 day.
Yeah. And then during COVID, there was no days because it was online.
Right. Yeah.
It was virtual. So I'm glad that we're back up. Family, for our young people, if you want to be involved in something that's new, that's fresh, that is highly unlikely that older people aren't going to mess it up like we messed up Facebook. All of us, Jody, y'all had MySpace. We joined MySpace. Y'all had Facebook. We joined Facebook. But Toledo Kwanzaa House, it's going to be something different because you're leading it.
It's going to be so great. I'm excited. Also, before we leave, I wouldn't be right unless I mentioned my original co-host, which would happen to come through the Doug as the summer program kids.
Oh, wow.
And they helped me with my YouTube. They helped me get stuff together. So shout out to Zai, shout out to Delano, shout out to Alea, my little sister Danny. Also shout out to everyone who shouted out Rouse World 23. I'm really appreciative. I love you guys 100%. Thank you for supporting me. Keep supporting. I'll support you guys back.
All right, before you go, can we count on having you come back as we get closer to Kwanzaa to make sure say it again? We're gonna CSRN. We're gonna be right. Thank you, Jody. That's the person that's off the screen that always reminds me of what I'm supposed to do. But we're gonna be a part of it.
I look forward to that.
Whatever we can bring that fits in to what Kwanzaa House is going to be from now on, we bringing it.
Yeah,
all right.
I look forward to it. So if anybody wants to reach out, volunteer their time, donate time, monetary, whatever the case may be, feel free to reach out to me at 419-807-5009 or hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, Rosworld23. Your opinion, your intervention is what builds the future. So I look forward to that, and I look forward to everybody coming to celebrate Kwanzaa. So let's do it up this year.
All right. Hey, look, we're going to take a short break, and then Jody's going to come back with community shout outs and solutions. This is the CSRN podcast, a weekend review. We'll be right back. All right, that was probably one of the laziest transitions ever, but hey, you get what you pay for. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. I want to thank our brother Rashid Spencer from Toledo Kwanzaa House for coming by. You can see his name scrolling in the ticker because our tech team they just love him. Let's keep his name up there. Hey, listen, I wanted to go over our community shout outs and concerns. If we could get that community shout outs and concerns graphic up there, if there's a way to do that.
Got a graphic now?
Yeah, well,
just upgrading all over the place.
Oh, absolutely.
Lights
Absolutely.
To mics to everything.
And another shout out for 4 hours, our slideshow with our mission statement and guiding principle. Jojo talking on TikTok. She had created that for us. For our lighting and our sound, we want to thank Staybeat Records and Staybeat Studios Records. How do you say you're old without saying you're old? You say records, all right? Staybeat Studios in Columbus, Ohio with my brother Ty Wills did a lot of technical support and bringing me up to today in our lighting, in our sound, in our equipment. And he's going to help us out with a few other things coming up in the future. What do I want to discuss right now? I'm trying to get my cheat sheet here. I think a couple of weeks ago, I had announced, let's bring up my graphic.
Yeah, because we are just coming back. While he's bringing up the graphic and everything, if you are in the state of Ohio and watching us as one of your elected officials and an election official, I want to say thank you. Thank you for coming out to vote.
Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you for voicing your opinion. Thank you for, again, even though in March we've already heard 53 Republicans said, but to decide that no piece of paper should have the right to the autonomy of your body. And that's all. No matter where you stand on the issue, I don't think politics should decide what you put in that's not harmful, or what you take out. If you have tattoos, if you decide to believe something, that's where the slippery slope of letting them decide rights comes from. So everybody that came out, it was like 40%, which I don't even know if I've seen a presidential have that high of a turnout.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
So,
and a big shout out too, because I managed the location at the Teamsters on Hawley and the Trail.
So you were a different place.
Yeah.
Okay.
We leveled up. And big thanks to the Believe Center and Tanya Duran for hosting us all those years. And thanks to the staff of the Teamsters Local 20 at the Hawley and the Trail, or the Hawley and South, for hosting us this year. And the whole team that set the machines up, made sure there'd be no voter interference, and broke things down. We almost got an A+. If I hadn't, what did I do? I think I'm supposed to sign in. All right.
Yeah.
I got everybody to sign in except me.
You was working for free.
Absolutely. No. I on the paper. I put myself in. I'm in the system. Hey, I wanted to say this. Last week we had announced that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam was suing the Anti-Defamation League and the Simon Wiesenthal Center. On October 16th, which was the 28th anniversary of the Million Man March, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam sued the ADL and its CEO, Jonathan Greenblatt, and the Simon Wiesenthal Center and Rabbi Abraham Cooper in the Federal Court of Southern District of New York for the First Amendment violations and for defamation. For over 40 years, the defendants have falsely labeled Minister Farrakhan and the NOI as anti-Semites and as anti-Semitic because of a difference in theological viewpoints and for his pointing out misbehavior of some members of the Jewish community, among other things. The false labeling has hindered Minister Farrakhan and his mission, which is to deliver the truth taught by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, to correct the condition of spiritual, mental, and moral death of the Black man and woman in America that came as a result of 310 years of chattel slavery and over 150 years of oppression and suppression thereafter. Minister Farrakhan and the NOI, in bringing this action, are keenly aware that good law-abiding citizens are likewise victims of this mischaracterization, including the Nelson Mandela, President Jimmy Carter, Reverend Jesse Jackson, Bishop Desmond Tutu, and many more. The defendants have at times indiscriminately and arbitrarily mislabeled countless politicians, entertainers, athletes, authors, educators, public speakers, academians, comedians, and others as being anti-Semites and as anti-Semitic, simply because in many instances the speaker did not agree with the defendant's point of view, and in some instances simply because the person made a favorable comment about Minister Farrakhan and or the Nation of Islam. Lastly, the importance of this case extends far beyond the named plaintiffs, but it encompasses every citizen of America who values the freedom of speech, the freedom to exercise his or her religion, and the freedom to associate with persons of like interests. So hopefully week in, week out, we'll keep you up to date. That's $4.8 billion, and that's a lot of accountability, Jody.
Okay.
And I'm here for it. So, man, other than as far as what were we doing last week, I did get a chance to see Donetta Carter. That's an awesome woman.
That was the grand opening of the Good Neighbors Family Pharmacy.
And I don't know if anybody realizes, but a lot of the Rite Aids are closing.
Yep.
And on that stretch between, let's say between Summit and LaGrange, I don't think there's more. I think there's maybe only one pharmacy.
Yeah. And that is actually, I believe, another good neighborhood family right there at Central and LaGrange.
Yeah, I believe so.
So, yeah, it's changing the times and stuff. Me and him both went.
Yeah,
I was able to let them know. Unfortunately, I could be here and support, but I don't take medications.
All right. Okay.
All right. I'm very happy for not a pill or a shot or I have to check up. My doctor hates me, by the way, but I am blessed to be healthy.
All right. And you know what? Another thing that we didn't do, and ask Brother Rashid to remember to remind me, our Kwanzaa word of the day. Our Kwanzaa word of the day is Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics. And that means to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses and profit from them together. So Kwanzaa is 24/7 at CSRN. All right, now I'm done.
Good. Any more shout outs and stuff? Did you do anything else interesting?
I think that was it. I think that hopefully next week I'm going to give a report of the brothers of the FOI. We'll be going to different neighborhoods and trying to bring some hope to the community, bring some positivity to the community, and I look forward to doing more.
Okay. Well, as the guy that does everything all the time, everywhere at once, Mr. Summers himself, as some people affectionately call me. I did quite a few things. Of course, we went to the grand opening of the Good Neighbors Family Pharmacy over there on 625 East Manhattan in that plaza where Kmart and stuff, my age last time I was over there, but that area is. And then there was a Saturday was a very busy day for me.
It was.
We went to the Uncloistered Poetry Live hosted by Joni McKentry, where she had some amazing poets feature. And the best thing about this, it was at the Peacock.
Oh, okay. Peacock? I've been there. I've been there. Hey.
So one of the few and oldest urban African-American owned bars in the city. It was down during the pandemic and everything. So this was the first time we've actually had an open mic or a poetry event there since 2020, which was amazing. Everything still looked beautiful and stuff inside. You can see the karma. There's so many salt lamps around, but you'll have to go and check it out for yourself. Right. I know they do a lot of jazz shows and blues shows and stuff like that. So make sure you go check them out. ending that day on Saturday, November 11th, I went to the Flaunt Fashion Show 2023. This year it was at the Erie Street Market.
I didn't go. Okay.
I mean, you got to learn to diversify.
All right. Yeah, true.
What is it? My third or fourth fashion show of the year,
Okay.
which, again, when I was younger, did modeling. Shout out to Shawanda Johnson. She does a whole bunch of stuff. But back when I was at Owens and the Black Student Union, we had a fashion show and everything like that. So I'm kind of used to it with entertainment and stuff. But it was another awesome event. I got to see some of my friends model for the first time on Sunday, which, again, there's a lot of stuff I do. But we had the first ever Black Entrepreneurs Networking and Social event, which actually brought out about 15 entrepreneurs and business owners, including cooks and stuff. One of the business owners even donated a cash thank you to everybody that spoke up on stage. I let him know in his inbox that he's welcome to come on. Mr. What was his name again? Harvey Savage. I want to say it was Harvey Savage. Okay. I let him know that he's welcome to come on the show anytime and talk about everything he's doing in his business. Shout out to the Entrepreneurs Club. Again, a very good place on the East Side that lets you host things there. You're not going to have to pay an exorbitant amount of money to set up a 4-hour event, talk to the owner, and they are about building the communities in the process. Wow. It looks like of buying the entire block. So that is something very big if you really take that in the concept of a person or a community of people buying a block back to give to us. So that is happening. And matter of fact, let me grab his name so I can just compare
that'll be good
a little bit more. Where is it at? See, I lose stuff, and this is why I like to I've been saying his name wrong. It is Kendall Harvey Sr.
Okay, so, Kendall Harvey.
Yep. Shout out to him. Hopefully we'll see you on the show soon. But that was kind of my weekend and everything. Of course, being Central Committee, just to let everybody know, yes, I am running or going to be on the ballot for my third term. So I made that decision at Central Committee meeting, seeing all the signs, seeing all the reverie and stuff, because we don't get together as elected officials like we used to, thanks to the unspeakable virus and all that stuff. So I sat there and looked at the world, looked at the voter turnout, knowing what's coming. And I decided, yes, I will be back on the ballot again. You will be able to vote for my beautiful smile.
That's
and
what's up.
Keep me involved in stuff that, sometimes get closed doors on us.
All right. Well, always say I've been kicked out of better places. All right.
Yeah. And sometimes I've been kicked out of worse. But, I'm happy to have the ability, because people growing up like me did not do the things that I do. So I'm not upset that I didn't have nobody. I'm very elated that I get to be the first.
All right. Before we get to our big ask for everybody regarding our YouTube and all of that. Hey, a shout out to Randall Parker. We got a sign up here. I guess the light is kind of shining on it. But Randall Parker,
he retained.
He retained his position on the school board. The thing about Randall Parker, he was doing this type of work before he was elected. So that brother, I love that brother. And I need to call him and congratulate him. All right. Yeah. I think I may have posted it, but I'm gonna call him for real, like a real person. Hey, listen, can I get on to the our shares and comments and stuff?
Yeah. And then I'll go in what's coming up. There's only a couple things, and we'll get into 5 minutes of heat.
All right. Hey, listen, family, if you like what we do, we'd like for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, share it, and comment. If you want to know where's the YouTube video, it's Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo. Yes, it's a long name, but if you go ahead and save it and get the subscribe and get the notification, ring the bell, you'll never have to type our name in. Again, it will just automatically come up. And if you want to support what we do, you can support us via Cash App. That's CSRN 419. Well, the cash tag CSRN 419. PayPal is CSRN 419. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. I have not been doing well on my tweets.
They don't
all
let
right?
me tweet no more because I haven't updated it. Mine still has a little bird. So
Well,
we will do that.
Well,
though.
I think after the show, I'm just going to go ahead and give you the password. All right, the username and the password. And you can tweet on. You can tweet on X. All right,
go back to the 50 songs.
That's right. All right. Hey, listen. I think that other than that, hey, we still have Black Lives Matter signs. We've got defund the police signs. And soon we're going to get in our red, black, and green CSRN of Toledo signs. We're working on all of that right now. All right, working on all of those yard signs so you can come and get our sister Georgia Daniel. She inboxed us earlier, said, hey, look, I need another Black Lives Matter sign. No problem. Say less. All right, we got you. All right. So I think that's all the things that I covered. I think we had a couple of shout outs and concerns. Then we're going to get right to 5 minutes of heat.
Yep.
Then we're going to shut this thing down.
And so that way it's official and you can hear everybody, because he asked me on the post the other day, me being the treasurer, I got to, dole out the funds and stuff like that. So we will be one of the official sponsors for the 14th Dunkin' for Donations.
All right. Yes, sir. All right. That's right. That's right. Jody. All right. Cut that check. That's right.
Shout out to Gutter Dave. Shout out to Tracy Haynes, Charlie Hustle, and everybody that's been involved over the years in making sure that this is something that they do. It's not necessarily a fundraiser. This is number 14, to be able to have the ability to have a set up basketball game with local people, and then take those donations and go to the inner city buildings. I don't like the word projects, but buildings and stuff like that, and give them out to the needy kids.
Right, man.
So I that's something they started on their own without incentivization of needing sponsors or anything like that. So I applaud them very much, and I'll be very happy to help sponsor it this year.
All right. And this will be our first year officially.
Yeah, officially.
All right.
I mean, applause and claps and snaps, but sometimes you have to put your name
that's right
on that banner.
I can't eat on them claps and snaps. All right. There you go. All right. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing how many zeros it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to seeing the signage.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get with.
I'm looking forward to seeing you in the audience this year.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
But again, I'll be there as I've always.
Yeah, that's
been
right.
There.
Yeah, that's
this year
better.
I won't have to bring out the black Santa Claus and tote some toys
all right.
over.
That's
because,
what's up.
we did what we needed to do. Things coming up real quick before we get to 5 minutes of heat, because again, they're about to start clicking the lights on and off on us. So if you are in the Toledo area and you like artist things, there's an Artist Mix and Mingle this Thursday at 6:30 at the Truth Colors Art Gallery, which used to be down on Adams, part of the Truth, the newspaper and stuff that is locally black owned here. So if you want to check that out, go to the Truth Art Gallery page, click going. Then there, if you're into good shake, ASMR, all that stuff, there is the Fall and Rock Craft Show, Northwest Ohio Rock Hounds at 4727 West Sylvania Avenue. So all my gem hounds and rock hounds, or people that just want to grab stuff for themselves. They make great stocking stuffers and everything like that. So that's happening this Saturday at 9 a.m. Also this Saturday at 11 a.m. is the Fall Expo Extravaganza, the 12th annual. That's the Netta Carter. It's at St. Clements Hall. And that's it before we come back. That at least I see. I mean, if I missed you this Thursday, Film Toledo, you want to be in the film industry, especially before it comes this summer in Toledo, the big industry. See, now they can get tax credits and actually all that stuff. So that is going to be at the Lucas County Public Library this Thursday, 6 o'clock. Say hey to everybody. If I'm unable to make it, it is the business of screenwriting. And yeah, that is everything I got, at least on my calendar of stuff. That's stuff.
All right. So, we got a few minutes left. How do you want to do this? You want to go right to it? You want to run one last commercial?
We can run last commercial. And again, if you have a commercial, if you have a business, we are a free service. We are not sponsored or paid by anybody to decide what gets viewed. If you have something, holler at one of us, either the page, Brother Washington, or me, and we will get your 15, 30 seconds on air to our viewers.
All right. I don't know what he said about free, but all right. All right. Okay. All right. It is what it is. Well, we'll be starving next week. Hey, listen, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with 5 minutes of heat. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review.
Now you can get the same uncompromising truth you've come to expect from the Final Call newspaper on all your connected devices. Subscribe to the Final Call Digital Edition today. Go to subscribe.finalcalldigital.com.
Audio Jungle.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. I want to just thank again Anika Fields and the Empowerment Toolbox, Brother Rashid and Rosworld, and the Toledo Kwanzaa House. This brother is a dynamic young brother that's going to make some changes in Toledo. And right now we are headed toward putting a cap on our podcast for this week. And we're going to get into what we call 5 minutes of heat. This was something that we came up with. We didn't want to end our meetings with Robert's rules by saying it's adjourned and slamming a gavel.
Second vote and all
second
that
vote.
stuff.
Well, yeah, I got your second vote.
Did that this week already.
Yeah, I got the second vote for you. All right, it is not majority rule. It's a conscious, man, I forgot my word. But anyway, we wanted to utilize creative expression. I'm going to remember that word because we had some people that wanted to do that majority rule, but they were the wrong people, all right, to be saying majority rule. So it was really mob rule, but we squashed that. It was a cultural cultural conscience, something, man, I'm gonna remember this word, man. I said
it for next week though.
Yeah, okay, now I'm upset, but anyway, hey, listen, we came in with 5 minutes of heat. We wanted to use creative expression to end our meetings because we talk about a lot of things that's challenging in our community. Man, you want to end your meeting on a high. So we had asked, who knows spoken word, who can do a poem? And Jody said it, but he didn't look like somebody that does poems. He doesn't look like any of the things that he does. So, hey, shout out to that. All right. So we thank you for being our person that brings our 5 minutes of heat. What do we have today?
So in appreciation of Anika and talking about things to be grateful for and this being thankful and all of that stuff, I also want to remind people that be gentle with your friends around this time. Holidays are great. They're awesome. They're a time for family to connect and relive times throughout the years, but there are also some of us that don't have family, that these times of year are some of the worst times of year because they remind us in moments how alone and vulnerable we can be. So as we are approaching, I'm going to do the last poem from my last book, being Childhood Trauma Series. Look that up if you'd like to. It's on Amazon, or contact me directly and get an autographed copy.
That's right.
Only Human. So I hope these words reach you. Again, my timeline's beginning to get that seasonal stuff. So I just want you to remember that you're awesome. It's okay to not be where you think you should be, because it's all a process.
That's right.
And nobody's perfect. Nobody should be trying to strive to be perfect, because you are unique in whatever way that you are unique. So, only human. Let's begin. Peace. You are awesome. You are important. You matter. You are unique. You are intelligent. You make the decisions. You are inspiring. You deserve to be loved. You deserve friendship. You deserve honesty. You are handsome or beautiful. You are creative. You are a mystery. You are the best story ever told or written. You deserve trust. You deserve loyalty. You deserve safety. You deserve prosperity. You deserve growth. You deserve communication. You deserve time. You deserve physical, mental, and emotional health. You deserve happiness. You are magical. You are special. You are the most beautiful piece of artwork ever created. You deserve peace. You are the music that the world has never heard. You are to be cherished. You are strong. You are kind. If the people around you do not see this or attempt to help you find it within yourself, it's okay to let them go in peace.
And as always, we snap our fingers. I want to thank you, Jody. That was a dynamite piece right there, as all of your pieces are. I want to once again thank Brother Rashid Spencer, Anika Fields with the Empowerment Toolbox, and I'm looking forward to checking out Ra's World.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, maybe I'll get some pointers, and so our podcast can be better. All right.
Right.
Hey, listen, and as always, Jody, all lives can't matter until
Black lives matter.
And Black lives can't matter until
all Black lives matter.
Justice Royals.
Yeah.
Peace.